hard work, games, and a smile as the best accessory. So at one point in her life, she sailed the seven seas and worked as a youth counselor with little Americans, Mexicans, Brazilians, and many other munchkins from all over the world. Afterwards, she found a peaceful harbor, just kidding, in her language school New Bell in Belgrade, Serbia. There, she has a chance to implement her crazy ideas and spice up her teaching with a lot of creativity and love for learning. She hopes to train little teachers one day. She loves cats, books, mountains, and Shark Week. So if you have any questions later after the session, I'm sure Yelena would be eager to answer them. So Yelena, so the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Maria, and thank you for having me. Hello, hello North Macedonia, it's very good to be here. I've actually attended some seminars with people from your country, and I know you to be very dedicated, so I'm glad to be able to present in front of such a great crowd. As you can see, my session today is going to be focusing on celebrating holidays with young learners, and I named it Happy, Merry, Scary. So before we begin, just a second, I would like to wish you, just a second, something's going on, my slides are not moving. Here it is. I would like to wish you a happy Easter, a Merry Christmas, and a scary Halloween. So happy Halloween, everyone, and let's begin. Before I start my presentation, I would like to ask you a few dreadful questions. So, do you celebrate holidays in your classroom? If so, which holidays do you celebrate? Which age groups do you celebrate with? And what activities do you do during these classes? So I see a lot of yeses. You're teaching to all ages, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all ages, kindergarten. Very good. Excellent. And what kind of activities do you do while you teach your students? Projects? Excellent. Crafts, songs, painting, vocabulary reading, songs. Excellent. Very good. Yes, so this is an inspiring topic, and a lot can be done to do with holidays. So we might ask ourselves, why do we even celebrate holidays in our English language learning classrooms? So why do you do it? Culture. You teach culture. Why do you celebrate holidays? What inspired you to do that? To teach the customs. Very good. Aware of cultures and traditions, interested in culture, promote cultural diversity, interest in language. Yes, excellent. So you've read my mind. Yes, here it is. What I imagined were my reasons for teaching holidays. First of all, it gives us an insight into the target language culture. So bringing the culture of the language we are teaching closer to our learners is an important thing, and it gives us an authentic insight into what's going on there, where they speak this funny language. Also, it helps us raise cultural awareness, which is an important skill in the 21st century, and it gives us a chance to promote tolerance. For example, today I'll be focusing on Halloween, which is one of my favorite holidays. because it's so much fun. But unfortunately, it has a bad reputation in Serbia due to religious issues. I'm not sure if the same situation is in Macedonia. Some people object celebrating Halloween due to its ghostly nature, even though in our religious customs we have quite a few of these holidays where we celebrate the dead. But as yes, I can see that it's similar in the neighboring countries. But if we do this in our classroom, it will give us a chance to implement this cultural diversity in our students' minds and just have them, let them have a broader picture of the world around them. Also, all types of holidays are very close to our students' interests, and not just young learners, but everybody likes festivities. So this topic can be quite a motivation booster and can actually improve our students' performance due to this increased motivation. And it's so inspiring that it provides us with a variety of areas we can cover. We can do anything you can imagine during festivities, and there are loads of resources you can find everywhere online. Okay, so what can you do for holidays in your classroom? Practically anything. You can do grammar and vocabulary activities. You can link the topic of holidays to whatever you're covering in class at the moment, and then just add the elements of holidays to that. You can obviously do all 4 skills, listening, reading, writing, speaking activities about holidays, songs and rhymes, especially with very young learners, projects for more in-depth study of the holidays, all sorts of crafts which students love doing. You can do storytelling activities. You can tell stories, or your students can tell stories and create them. You can do drama activities and role plays with your students, quizzes, quests, hunts. And this area was particularly inspiring to me. When I finished working on this presentation, I kind of realized that most of my suggestions for today have these elements of hunts and quests. Actually, I've tried them with my students and they love it. So I think this is a very good area and perhaps not used enough in our classroom, and it can be done with literally anything. You can organize lessons where you show short or feature films for your students that are theme related, and then you can have language activities linked to these films. You can do cooking classes if you have the resources at your school, so you can prepare simple traditional food prepared for these festivities. Or if you don't have the means, you can just go through the recipes and analyze them with your students, and perhaps your students can try and do that at home and then bring it to the classroom and you can eat it together. And obviously you can have theme parties and festivities organized in your school. Here at New Bell, we have a traditional costume party every year for Halloween, where students dress up, and we have different games. Not all of them are language related, but they are culturally related. Okay, I got muted for some reason, but I hope you can hear me now. Yes?
Yes, everything's fine.
Okay, good. For New Year's, we also have traditional celebrations here at school. Now, during the due to the pandemic situation, we had to organize costume classes instead of parties, but we still got to do what we traditionally do and honor the Halloween festivities. Okay, let's see. Who can you celebrate holidays with? Well, practically everyone. You can do it with young learners and very young learners. You can do it with preteens and teens. You can even do it with adults. So I'll give you 4 suggestions for different activities that you can do in your classroom. They are all going to be about Halloween, but I'll try to inspire you how you can use this with other holidays as well. So let's begin with my spooky suggestion for very young learners. Children who are still not attending school, official school. And this is going to be a finger rhyme. I was inspired by a traditional finger rhyme called family finger rhyme. And these are the lyrics for it. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this. Daddy finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? And then other members of the family, mommy finger, brother finger, sister finger, and baby finger. For you today, I've prepared this spooky family rhyme. So here is my spooky family. Meet the giggly witch, the creepy ghost, the spooky skeleton, scary mummy, and hairy spider. Here they are. You can see each finger is for one of these characters, and I've prepared these puppets. I don't know if you can see them. So here they are, my spooky family. I will do some singing now, and I really apologize for my voice, but hopefully you won't mind. And it is Halloween, so you might get a good scare as well. Why not? But I promise you this will be the scariest moment of this presentation. Okay, so let's go. So I'll just show you how you can do this. Okay, just a second. Oops, sorry. Let's go back. Here we go again. Giggly witch, where are you? Here I am, ooh, ooh, ooh. Creepy ghost, where are you? Here I am, ooh, ooh, ooh. Spooky skeleton, where are you? Here I am, ooh, ooh. Scary mummy, where are you? Here I am, ooh, ooh, ooh. Hairy spider, where are you? Here I am, ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so this was the rhyme. Hope it wasn't too scary for you. And now I would like to ask you, these are the suggestions that I made for characters for my spooky family rhyme, but what would you, which characters would you include in the rhyme? Can you type your suggestions in the text chat box, please? Pumpkin, yes, we can have an orange pumpkin, orange pumpkin, orange pumpkin. Black cat, very good. Zombie vampire, yes. Zombie and vampire, monster, owl, bloody vampire, wizard, jack, werewolf. Yes, excellent. All great suggestions. And you can definitely use them. This rhyme is actually quite a good means to introduce and drill holiday vocabulary. So just assign one item of vocabulary to each finger, and you can sing it to introduce and to also practice vocabulary. After this, you can do a crafts activity. So you can make finger puppets like these that I've made. It's very simple. You can just make these tiny paper pockets, and then your students can draw target vocabulary on them and use it to sing the song. You can play hide and seek, and this is what I did with my very young learners this week. You can assign one character to each student, and then you close your eyes, you count, they hide around the classroom, and then you start singing the rhyme one character at a time, and they come out of their hiding places and say, here I am, boo, boo, boo. And they actually loved it. So they asked me if we're going to do it again. So probably more finger rhymes on different topics will be featured in my classroom. And for other holidays, you can just change the tone of the song. So instead of boo, 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 you can say Merry Christmas to you, or Happy Easter to you, or something that rhymes. And you can change the characters of the rhyme as well. For Christmas, you can have a jolly Santa, a busy elf, flying reindeer, freezing snowman, or shining tree. And for Easter, for example, you can have a hopping bunny, chick, lamb, Easter egg, or butterfly. Other holidays, other holidays can also be used with this rhyme. For example, Valentine's Day, Cupid, and things like that. St. Patrick's Day, naughty elf or clover or something. Okay, moving on. So this was my spooky suggestion for very young learners. Now it's time for my ghostly suggestion for young learners. And it's called Ghostbusters, and it's a guessing game. So for this game, you can prepare a holiday scene, or you can do a drawing dictation where you tell your students what to draw and where. And then this can be related to any topic that you are currently teaching, and then just add holiday related vocabulary. And then you can divide your students in pairs. Students draw holiday characters in different places in their picture, in their scene. And then in pairs, they try to guess the position of each character in their partner's picture. And you can have a competition here. So whoever guesses their partners, all of their partners' characters first is the winner of the game, or you can assign points, how many characters did they manage to find, etc., etc. And this can give you a nice base to practice prepositions of place, there is, there are, or any other related vocabulary and structures. So here is my suggestion for a potential scene. It's a study of some kind. There is a lot of furniture here, so it's nice to, you can hide your monsters nicely. For example, one of your students might do it in this way. So hide spider, ghost, bat, black cat, and pumpkin around the room, and then have their Ghostbuster partner come and bust them all. I would like you to try and be Ghostbusters. So I have this picture on the right, I wonder if you can guess where my spider is hiding in this picture. What do you think? Any ideas? On the desk under the lamp. Let's see. It's on the chair. Okay, what about the ghost? Where is the ghost? On the chair, under the lamp, behind the door, behind the curtains, on the shelf, under the table. The ghost is on the table next to the flower pot. The next monster that is hiding is the bat. So where could the bat be? On the shelf, in the shelf, on the wall next to the shelf. Here it is. It's hanging from the lamp. So under the lamp or on the lamp. The next one is the black cat. So where is the black cat? Under the desk. Under the lamp. Here it is, under the desk. Whoever said under the desk, Christina, you are a true Ghostbuster. Good work. And the last one is the pumpkin. So where is the pumpkin? What's left? Under the desk, on the chair, on the desk, on the notebook. The pumpkin is on the shelf. On the shelf. So this is basically how you can play it with your students. They can just guess each other's characters and the position of them. And after they have done this, you can do some follow-up activities. You can organize a classroom hunt where they hide different objects or monsters, cards with monsters, their drawings of monsters, or any other related vocabulary around the classroom, and then others ask them questions and try to guess the position. You can also collect all their work, and you can make a house craft, a haunted house craft, for example, or you can make Santa's workshop with presents hidden all over the place, or a garden for the Easter egg hunt. And then they can write down where the presents are hidden or the eggs are hidden. Or you can turn their work into a book. Have them just write a description of the scene where everything is, and then you can collect it and you can read it together with them or even with other groups, even younger students who are always admiring older students' work, etc., etc. And as I said, for other holidays, you can change the setting and the setting of the activity. But also you don't have to just do prepositions. If you are, for example, currently teaching actions, you can have characters do different actions in the picture and then use present continuous. For example, is the ghost riding a bike? Is the pumpkin sleeping? Things like that. Or clothes, you can have them wear different clothes, so it's adaptable to different topics from the course books. Now I have a hair-raising suggestion for preteens, and I named it Terror Tales, which is a storytelling activity. So for this activity, it's a good idea to put your students in 6 groups. But if you don't have enough students, or if you have too many students, you can have more than that, obviously. And you can decide on the method of grouping yourself. You know your students best, so creating groups in your classroom is actually easy for you. And then I've chosen 5 different story elements, and you can tell your students that each group needs to suggest, give one suggestion for each story element. So the elements that I've included in this activity are characters, the setting of the story, problems or conflicts of the story. So what kind of inspires the character to get in motion and in action. What precious possessions the main character might have, and what animal helpers he or she might have. So each group gives one suggestion in each category. You put them all on the board and number them, as I will show in my next slide. And then students roll the dice and get their story elements. So they don't get to choose on their own, but it's more like of an element of a surprise for them to see what they will get and what kind of story they are going to be writing. And then groups create stories based on the elements assigned. So here is a table where I've put different elements, so different characters for a spooky story. You can have witch, ghost, skeleton, vampire, etc., etc. Then different settings, so places where this story takes place. Then the problems. So I've written here, no sweets left, Halloween has been canceled, there has been a zombie attack, there is a deadly virus lurking. This is a very current problem. Snowstorm on Halloween, or there is an alien invasion. And then some precious possessions that the characters might have to help them deal with the problem and solve the problem and bring the story to some kind of an ending. And also a frequent element of stories is animal helpers. So students can just suggest what animals could be included in the story as faithful companions of the main character. And we can roll the dice, and then, for example, if we get that 3 for the character, our character is going to be a skeleton. And then we roll the dice again, and the setting of the story, we get number 4, and it's a graveyard. And the problem, we roll, we get a 6. There is an alien invasion on Halloween, and the skeleton is at the graveyard. And he's in a big problem, but fortunately we roll the dice again for the precious possession, and he's got a mind-reading helmet. We got a number 5, so he is going to solve it using this piece of equipment, and of course with the huge help of his, we got number 6, faithful friend, the crow. So students use all these elements and create their own stories in groups. And then they can do it in so many different ways. So they can create story posters, make a poster with the story and pictures accompanying different scenes from the story. They can also create storybooks, or you can collect everyone's work and create one big storybook with all the stories you've created for the holiday. Your students can write short plays based on the story and do role plays, performances in class, or they can even shoot short films using their mobile phones, or they can design story dice for a game and then play the game itself. So these story dice, I tried to present them here using this cube, but you just make a cube out of paper or cardboard, and then you have them write, you have one cube for each story element, so one with characters, so all the characters are written on the sides of the cube. Then the next one is for settings, problems, etc., etc. And they roll the dice and they actually get their story while playing this game. And then you can do it as a whole class activity or in different groups, whatever you please. And obviously for different holidays, you're going to change the atmosphere of the story and the characters. And finally, here is my bone-chilling suggestion for every age group, and I call it the horrible hunt. It's a classroom hunt or quest activity. For this activity, you will need to hide different objects, sweets, or small prizes around your class, and then prepare clues for your students to find these hidden objects. For younger kids, for very young learners, or young learners who are not that fluent in English, you can use pictures or read and explain the clues to them before they start looking. And for older kids, you can use riddles or more complicated tasks for this hunt. And I've prepared a small hunt for you guys. So I don't know if you can see, this is my imaginary classroom, and I've hidden 6 sweets around my class. I'll give you some clues and you can try and find them here. Okay, are you ready? Okay, I'll just assume that you are. Okay, here it is, here we go. So the first clue for you is every loud sound I give, you hear. I turn up the volume of your fear. Where is the first sweet? What do you think? I turn up the volume of your fear. Every loud sound I hear. Speakers, okay, yes, close. Radio, yes. So here is my sweet. It was hiding under the radio. Okay, next clue. The time has come for you for a scare. I say, be late if you dare. The time has come for a scare. I say, clock. Yes, very good. It's the clock. Next sweet. You give me water and I grow. No one knows what monsters lie below. Yes, it's the plant. Very good. Excellent. Next. Watch your step as you are walking. Underneath me, horrible creatures might be stalking. It's the carpet, the rug, yes. And here's some chocolate for you, good students. Okay, next. In the darkness of the night, in your hand I give you light. But beware of things that bite. Shadows hide a terrible sight. Chandelier, candle, lamp, lamp. Well, yes, it's the lamp or the lantern. Here is a candy for you. And we've got one more, I think. Something's creeping in the street. Is it kids for trick or treat? Maybe you should look outside, 'cause who knows what horrors there might hide. Window, yes, very good. So here are my sweets for you guys. I hope you enjoy them. So when you finish the horrible hunt, you can do different activities. You can have students create their own hunts, either on paper or in the real classroom. They might get inspired because all these clues rhymed. They might be inspired to come up with simple poems or rhymes, and you can encourage them to use a rhyming tool. If this is not a talent that they naturally have, they might use this, and it's so much fun. I've used this one that I've written the link for. And for other holidays, you can just adjust the atmosphere and the clues, obviously. And you can have a present hunt for Christmas, egg hunt for Easter. For St. Patrick's, you can look for, well, not whiskey, but you know, something else. You can also have heart hunt for Valentine's Day, etc., etc. Okay, so these were my suggestions. Now I have to ask you, do you want to pick my brain? Do you have any questions for me?
So, since I cannot see any questions in the chat box, I think we can have a very short break now. Once again, thank you very much, Jelena, for all these useful and practical ideas for holiday lessons.
Thank you.
And yes, Alexandra, we can move on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, our next speaker is Jennifer Dobson. So we're just going to quickly see if everything is working. Jelena, thank you so much for a very interesting, very useful and practical session. So thank you so much for that. And I hope that we will have a chance to see each other face to face at another professional development event.
Yes, me too. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Okay, Jen, would you like us to check whether everything is okay before you begin? Hi, Jen.
Hi, yes, please.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Jen?
Good, good. Thank you.